Good morning. It's Sunday, October 8th. I have an update. I'll get straight to the point. The first video I made this year, I posed the question, can I lose 30 pounds this year, 2023? And the answer is yes. According to my smart scale, this morning I weighed in at 198 pounds flat. I don't know if that comes in on the GoPro. We'll see. So yeah, we achieved the goal. I'm just going to give a quick update, talk about how I did it, what happens next, and I'll set up a new goal. So how did I do this? How did I lose 30 pounds in 2023? In my opinion, the main thing is religiously tracking calories. I've been using an app called Chronometer. Looks like this. Maybe I'll put up a screenshot, but currently I have a streak going, 281 days calories tracked. So I haven't missed a day this year, which is awesome. I didn't necessarily hit my calorie goal every single day. In fact, probably the last 4 months or so, I've gone over a lot of days. So we'll talk about that, but tracking calories heavily, it's been great. The other thing that I think helped, although not as much as I thought, is cutting out alcohol. That's another thing I mentioned in my first video. I think I mentioned it in my first video. Haven't had any alcohol this year. Plan to go at least through the end of the year. Actually, I should say I plan to go exactly to the end of the year and drink at least a drink on New Year's Day. We'll probably keep it to a minimal after that. I don't know that I'm going to go absolutely no alcohol though, because I don't think there's a need to do that. But not just alcohol in general, but mostly beer or sugary cocktails, things like that. I feel like you get a lot of junk calories along with the alcohol calories, if those even really matter. Who knows? I'm not a nutritionist. I'm not a calorie scientist. Religiously tracking calories, no drinking. What else did I do? Well, the third thing, and perhaps it's the thing that's caused me to level out the past 3 to 4 months, is getting back into cycling in a big way. There's my gravel bike, which I have set up for a cyclocross right now. Got my road bike right here. I have a couple other bikes elsewhere in the apartment. Starting probably toward the end of spring, started getting back into road cycling a lot, riding the trails, riding the roads. I was doing pretty long rides for a while. I started riding basically for any errand I need to run, as long as I don't need to pick up like something huge. Grocery shopping, I'm always doing on the bike. If I'm going to hang out with friends, pick up food, and I don't need to carry anything big, doing it on the bike. Also did a little bit of bike packing, or you might call it bike touring, toward the end of spring, a little bit in summer, with my buddy Andy. It was a lot of fun. Actually, that was my first time camping, and sort of toward the middle of summer, maybe the end of summer, I guess that's kind of now, I felt the need to get into the cycling community a bit. Started looking into opportunities for group rides. I did see, there's some cycling clubs in the area. So I ended up actually not getting into any road rides with any of those groups. What I did instead is get into cyclocross. There's a pretty good cyclocross community in Wisconsin and Chicago area. And there's a series, the Wisconsin Cyclocross Series, I think it's called, WICX. And a few of the teams involved in the series run weekly cyclocross practices on Wednesdays. So I started going to those maybe a month and a half ago. Went to a couple races. Did my first race about a week ago. That was my last YouTube video. It was a lot of fun, and I plan to do it some more. Needless to say, I started getting back into riding and just fitness in general. That didn't necessarily help me lose weight, I guess, but maybe I think it helped me maintain my current weight, which is right around 200 pounds, for probably the last 4 months without being as strict on calorie restriction. So I'd say, well, I'll throw up a graph, but from memory, I lost most of the weight, almost 30 pounds in the first 3 to 4 months maybe of the year. I've been hovering around 200 for pretty much the whole summer. Once I got about 30 pounds, I stopped being as strict. I didn't hold myself to that 1,800 calorie limit that I had set. Let myself go 2,000 most days, and then significantly over 2,000 if I had a big ride. definitely use those days as an excuse to, eat a pizza, have some ice cream, whatever. Just let the calories fly. The next question is, what next? Next thing I'm going to do is go right back into it. I haven't done this, but it might be a good idea to recalculate that calorie count, in part because I have lost the weight, so I'm burning fewer calories at rest. However, I've also greatly increased the amount of fitness that I'm doing, so those might offset each other. I'm not sure, but it might be a good idea to go back into the calorie calculator and just try and figure out what my base metabolic rate is again, because it might have changed. But I expect to be around 1,800 calories still. I plan to come back to that 1,800 limit, keep doing what I was doing, just track calories every day. I'll probably allow myself to go over on days where I do significantly large rides. So if I'm, pushing 2,000 or like maybe 1,500 calories or more on the bike, I'll probably allow myself to go up to 2,000, maybe a little more calories just on those days. Any other days, if I do a Zwift workout, burn 500, 600 calories, we'll just keep that 1,800 limit. While I'm doing that, I'm going to keep riding. There's 3 more races, maybe 4 in the season that I plan to ride, and whatever training and practices I'm going to do to prepare for those. And finally, got to have a goal, right? So next goal is 185 pounds, which is not that far away from where I am now. There's a couple of reasons why I'm picking that. First is when you lose weight, it becomes harder to lose weight. This 15 pounds might be as difficult or maybe more difficult than previous 15 or previous 30. We'll see. The other reason I'm picking 185 pounds is that that's the exact point where I'll move over from obese to overweight, which I'm really looking forward to. And I know that's based on BMI, and there's this whole conversation about BMI being bullshit and so on, which is fine. That's fine. It feels like a milestone, That's my current goal, 185. I think that's about it for now. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to do the stuff. Like, comment, subscribe. Click the bell. Peace.